394. I cried at pity, not at pain. I heard a woman say, "Poor child," and then something in her voice convinced me of me. So long I fainted, to myself it seemed the common way, and health and laughter, curious things to look at like a toy. To sometimes hear rich people buy, and see the parcel rolled, and carried, we suppose, to heaven, for children made of gold, but not to touch, or wish for, or think of with a sigh, and so had been to us, had God willed differently. I wish I knew that woman's name, so when she comes this way, to hold my life and hold my ears, for fear I hear her say, she's sorry I am dead again, just when the grave and I have sobbed ourselves almost to sleep, our only lullaby. 395. The face I carry with me last, when I go out of time, to take my rank by in the West, that face will just be thine. I'll hand it to the angel, that, sir, was my degree. In kingdoms you have heard the raised refer to possibly. He'll take it, scan it, step aside, return with such a crown as Gabriel never capered at, and beg me put it on. And then he'll turn me round and round to an admiring sky, as one that bore her master's name, sufficient royalty. 396. I took one draught of life. I'll tell you what I paid. Precisely an existence, the market price, they said. They weighed me, dust by dust. They balanced film with film, then handed me my being's worth, a single dram of heaven. 397. A train went through a burial gate. A bird broke forth and sang, and trilled and quivered, and shook his throat till all the churchyard rang, and then adjusted his little notes, and bowed and sang again. Doubtless he thought it meet of him to say good-bye to men. 398. The morning after woe, 'tis frequently the way, surpasses all that rose before for utter jubilee. As nature did not care, and piled her blossoms on, the further to parade a joy her victims stared upon. The birds declaimed their tunes, pronouncing every word, like hammers did they know they fell, like litanies of lead. On here and there a creature, they'd modify the glee, to fit some crucifixal clef, some key of cavalry. 399. Departed to the judgment, a mighty afternoon. Great clouds like ushers leaning, creation looking on. The flesh surrendered, cancelled, the bodiless begun. Two worlds like audiences disperse, and leave the soul alone. 400. I think the hemlock likes to stand upon a marge of snow. It suits his own austerity, and satisfies an awe that men must slake in wilderness, and in the desert cloy, an instinct for the haut, the bald, Lapland's necessity. The hemlock's nature thrives on cold. The gnash of northern winds is sweetest nutriment to him, his best Norwegian wines. To satin races he is naught, but children on the dawn beneath his tabernacles play, and Dnieper wrestlers run. 401. Dare you see a soul at the white heat? Then crouch within the door. Red is the fire's common tint, but when the vivid ore has vanquished flame's conditions, it quivers from the forge, without a color but the light of unanointed blaze. Least village boasts its blacksmith, whose anvils even ring, stand symbol for the finer forge that soundless tugs within, refining these impatient ores with hammer and with blaze, until the designated light repudiate the forge. 402. To hear an oriole sing may be a common thing, or only a divine. It is not of the bird who sings the same unheard, as unto crowd. The fashion of the ear attireth that it hear, in dun or fair. So whether it be rune, or whether it be none, is of within. The tune is in the tree, the skeptic showeth me, no, sir, in thee. 403. I reason earth is short, and anguish absolute, and many hurt, but what of that? I reason we could die, the best vitality cannot excel decay, but what of that? I reason that in heaven, somehow it will be even, some new equation given, but what of that? 404. To put this world down like a bundle and walk steady away requires energy, possibly agony. 'Tis the scarlet way, trodden with straight renunciation by the Son of God. Later, his faint confederates justify the road. Flavors of that old crucifixion, filaments of bloom, Pontius Pilate sowed, strong clusters from Barabbas's tomb. Sacrament, saints partook before us, patent every drop, with the brand of the genteel drinker who endorsed the cup. 405. Although I put away his life, an ornament too grand, for forehead low as mine to wear, this might have been the hand that sowed the flower he preferred, or smoothed a homely pane, or pushed the pebble from his path, or played his chosen tune. On lute the least, the latest, but just his ear could know that whatsoever delighted it, I never would let go. The foot to bear his errand, a little boot, I know, would leap abroad like antelope, with just the grant to do. His weariness commandment, a sweeter to obey than hide and seek, or skip to flutes, or all day chase the bee. Your servant, sir, will weary, the surgeon will not come. The world will have its own to do, the dust will vex your fame. The cold will force your tightest door, some February day. But say my apron bring the sticks to make your cottage gay, that I may take that promise to paradise with me, to teach the angels avarice, you, sir, taught first to me. 406. Over and over like a tune, the recollection plays, drums off the phantom battlements, cornets of paradise, snatches from baptized generations, cadences too grand, but for the justified processions at the Lord's right hand.